One of my favorite childhood movies of all time. It has to be Star Wars, one of the best franchises ever made, well beloved by everyone. No one has an issue with it at all. Growing up, I always loved the Jedi. I thought I would be a cool Jedi Knight. I could just use the Force. I can fight. I can, protect my loved ones. I can do flips, everything. But now, when I'm a grown adult and I'm mature and I look at it, all of it in a broader picture and I see it for what it is, the Jedi are not good. The Jedi are arguably the villains in all of this. Or at the very least, they're as bad as everyone else. Well, to start all of this off, the Jedi are just blatantly dogmatic, right? Like, they're straight up, they won't compromise anything. They, when you tell them, when you go up to them and you tell them that, hey, I think this former Jedi Knight tried to kill me and blew up people, the Jedi will just tell you, well, it's not in his character. He couldn't have done that. Which, yeah, get out of here, dude. That's clearly not what happened, right? The Jedi also are generally just cultish in general, right? Because they have this religion that they have, right? Like, oh, the Force and all that, and we gotta worship it. We gotta work. Everything is the Force comes first. Everything else, screw that. No one cares about that, right? And we're gonna snatch kids. We're
Whoa,
gonna
whoa,
snatch
whoa,
people.
whoa,
I'm gonna
whoa,
go into that
whoa,
later. Don't
whoa,
worry about it.
whoa,
I will talk
whoa,
about the whole
whoa,
snatching thing later.
whoa, whoa.
But generally speaking, you cannot step out of line. And this is a thing indoctrinated for generations, right? Um, you're not supposed to have, you know, you're not supposed to have any feelings or anything. You're supposed to follow the council and the order and all that.
Oh,
And the
okay.
council and all these like older class of Jedi, they don't care at all. They don't give a shit at all, right? Um, they are not gonna compromise anything. They will never admit that they're in the wrong. They will they're just full of themselves. They're arrogant, right?
Don't fuck with the Jedi
Generally
Master,
speaking,
son.
the Count Dooku example I gave, that's one of them. The fucking library lady, which we can't forget, the library lady is the big example of this. When Obi-Wan comes up and he's like, "Hey, listen, there's supposed to be a planet here. I don't know what it is. I literally have it. It should be here." And the library lady is, if it's not in our records, it doesn't exist. And she's hell bent on this. If it's not in the records, it just doesn't exist. Not even attempting to, see if there's something wrong, if there's maybe something is out of place. But no, just zero attempt for anything, right? Now I'll go into one of the bigger issues underlying in with the Jedi. Why do the Jedi snatch kids? And clearly, this is a grooming thing. I don't want anyone to tell me, no, no, it's because, no, no. Listen, they literally snatch babies when Anakin shows up in Phantom Menace in Episode 1. He shows up and they bring him in, and Qui-Gon wants to train him, right? The Jedi complain that he is too old. I don't know. He's literally like a toddler. How is he like that old? Um, Maybe it's because he's too aware that they're you know they can't exploit him or some shit. I don't know what the fuck's up with the Jedi, the Diddy Council, right? The Epstein Council. I don't know what that's about, right? The Mr. Beast rotation. I don't know what that's about, right? And they either way, after Qui-Gon dies, they accept taking Anakin because Obi-Wan is relentless with it. They're all annoyed by it because they can't groom him the way they want. It's probably why they disrespected the shit out of him his entire life. And he's not allowed to have feelings, even though I don't know, he was a slave child they snatched from his family, and he's not supposed to care about his mother or any of that. Which is honestly, that's demonic of the Jedi, just generally speaking. So he's not allowed to have feelings, not about his family or anything. He's not allowed to catch feelings like in a romantic way. So when he actually does fall for a woman, and he has to be in secret about it, right? He has to be this. They have to be a sneaky link into marriage, a sneaky marriage, right? Which is crazy to think about, but that's just how it is. And no, and generally speaking, all of this boils down or boils up to the point where they are giving him shit advice. When he approaches them, because he's loyal to the Jedi, right? He pulls up on him. Hey, I see visions of like a close one dying. What do I do? Uh, Yoda, the Grandmaster, the high IQ, fucking genius of everything, right? That everyone loves is the old wise guy. He literally tells this guy, "Oh, don't be sad. If you get sad, it's bad and it's evil. Actually, if you get sad, so if they die, they die, and don't warn them." And then the Sith come and tell you, "Hey, listen, I can like help you learn how to stop people from dying." That's a million times more attractive to me, at least. I don't know about you guys. To me, that's way more attractive than I don't know, just ignoring it, ignoring people dying, ignoring your wife dying that's pregnant, by the way. Keep that in mind. So yeah, obviously, if I was in his shoes, yeah, I'd kill the Jedi. Yeah, I would do Order 66. Yeah, I would probably slaughter younglings. Yeah, I probably would have done all of that. And this is how it is. And this also goes into this other thing, right? Generally speaking, when it comes to Jedi and feelings, they're anti any love and attachment in general, right? But they're not against homexing, right? You can go be a fucking slut. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter, right? Just don't catch feelings, right? It's all fine. Kiari Mundi gets approved of having marriage and shit, but no attachments. It's like, look, you get to have a polyamorous thing going on. 5 wives, 0 fucks. 5 wives, 0 fucks. They have children, everything. There's literally a fucking part where Anakin is sad because all his like these other Padawans die in this battle, and he thinks Obi-Wan is dead. What do you think Mundi tells him, like as an encouragement? He tells him, "Don't be sad, because look, I'm not sad, and my entire family got wiped out. And if they die, they probably deserve it because it's the Force. The Force wanted them to die. The Force wanted my children to die. Like, what type of a mindset is that, dude? That's some psycho shit." And the thing is, that's how the Jedi actually believe in, right? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you the Sith are better, right? Because the Sith are also like in their own way. In fact, they're both fucking stupid. I'll be very honest. You need to have like a normal path with this shit. You can't be a light worshiper or dark side worshiper. You have to be kind of in the middle. Have a golden center with this shit, dude. And the Jedi praise to be like almighty and shit, all righteous, all about justice and stuff. All I see them doing is they don't pay taxes. There's no way they pay taxes, dude. They get fucking paid. Why do they have a palace, luxury fucking area? They have an entire luxurious area in Coruscant, right? In the center of everything. And they just do their own little cult shit. And no one's bothered by it. There's like literal sewers in Coruscant, by the way. They don't take in hobos into the Jedi Temple. They never do that shit, right? They just have this luxurious area in the middle of Coruscant. All luxurious, all fancy, whatever, right? And that shit is probably based on subsidies, right? They're just welfare. They're welfare knights, dude. That's all. That's my impression of the Jedi. And they do all this shit. They pretend to be about justice and all that as well. On top of the being welfare knights, and conveniently, the welfare knights are also very biased. If you remember in the movies, the Jedi Knights are supposed to be these peacekeepers, right? When have you seen a Star Wars saga where the Jedi are like, actually, the Republic is bad? They've sided with the Republic since like forever. They always fuck over these other separatists or trade unions or whatever. They've always been biased towards the Republic. They serve the Republic. They even say it, right? Like they're loyal to the Republic and all that. So they're not peacekeepers. They're biased, right? They are aligned to a party in the conflict. That's it. And all of this as well, I want you guys to note something, right? While the Jedi were concerned about whether or not Mr. Skywalker, Mr. Anakin, the goat, whether or not he was piping the senator, Padme, look, Palpatine was just jacking off in the Senate, dude, like in front of them. Darth Sidious was fucking busting a load in front of them. They didn't give a shit. The Dark Lord of the Sith is just sitting right next to them, and they can't even sense it. They're busy, like, oh, is that guy diddling or not? Dude, priorities are fucking wrong here, right? And of course, this leads to the Jedi getting all killed off. And let's be real, if anyone listened to the Jedi Order, we'd fucking fail by now. The only reason Luke wins by the end of Return of the Jedi, and even Empire Strikes Back, right? He doesn't win that one, but you get my point, right? He actually saves the day to some extent. It's really because he doesn't listen to them. He sees that there's light in Anakin, right? He sees there's light in Vader. And that's the only reason he succeeds, because it's Vader who kills. It's Anakin who kills Palpatine. That's contrary to whatever these other Jedi's would tell him. Dude, kill your father and stuff. which is a satanic thing to tell a kid, by the way. If you tell some kid, like, go kill your dad, it's the only thing we have. Don't try to change his mind or anything. I don't know, dude. I think the Jedi were actually just demonic entities. And, I wouldn't vote for a Jedi. I'm just going to say right now, do you think I would trust my president to be a Jedi? A Jedi president will not hesitate to just click on the nukes. He doesn't care if all of us die, dude. He has no compassion, anything. And I think that's why I can just tell you right now, no one in Star Wars has ever voted for a Jedi, and neither would we in reality. No one here would vote for a Jedi. Voting for a Jedi is the same as voting for a Zionist. It's like voting for Netanyahu. It's the same thing. You're voting for a war criminal, dude. Like, I don't know what that's about, but look, I will just say Anakin was goated. I would have done exactly what he did, and honestly, kind of won in the end. I'm not gonna lie. And Yoda should be put in a blender and just spun until he turns into like a green moon. Probably thrown down the shaft along with Palpatine. I'm not really sure. Anyways, guys, like and subscribe to this shit, right? If you don't, we're gonna have a fucking problem. My other video only got 100 views. I wanna go big, guys. Like, just fucking boost my shit, or we have a serious problem. If you don't boost it, Yoda is coming to your house tonight, and we'll see what happens. Anyways, see you guys.
Anyway, if you've stuck around this long, you probably want some final words of wisdom, so listen close. Vill att jag ska ta in den i hennes röv. Hon stönar så högt så att jag blev döv. 23 centimeter och den är helt skev. Öppna dörren och släpp mig.